All right, I'm gonna try this again. This video we're going over Profits Pie. So let me go ahead and get signed in actually to the website. I'm gonna do is show you this site that I've used for backtesting screening. It's really simple, really effective, and has a lot of features for it, which we'll cover at the end. So the biggest thing on here that I used it for personally was backtesting. What backtesting is you running a strategy based off of specific criteria for buying and selling. If you get the opportunity to look at a trade and see if that trading system would have produced profitable results. So I'm gonna show you is this system right here that I actually ran from a test back in I ran the test back in 2018. And what it did was it ran a bunch of trades from 2003 to 2018 with specific position sizing, entries and exits. So I'll open that up here. You can see the whole rundown. Started with $500. Total profit was a little over a million in that 15-year time frame, right? Total number of losing trades, winning trades, average, all of that. So it's all listed out. And you see, I ran this test back in 2018 at 3 a.m. But by criteria, it's all sorted out. And what you would do is just go to new criteria. So you can choose things based off the high price, low price, moving averages, Bollinger Bands. If you have buy criteria for volume, different technical analysis, candle patterns, there's tons of options as you see here. And just like any other site, it's probably impossible for me to really go into detail about every single feature, but it's something that you will want to get on, play around with, and see how you can use it to your advantage. So you come down here, you can change how you want it to play out. If you want it to be, hey, only put 50% of the account balance on a trade, right? You can adjust that there. How many maximum positions, when a position is opened, when it's closed, right? So that's all stuff that you can play around with, stop losses and targets and such. So after you run the test, right, that's where you can come in, look at the results, compare it versus the S&P 500. You can look at the equity chart to show how the account would have grown, and you can see the trade that it took, right? So trade that it took throughout this whole time period, you can see here. And so every single trade, right? And if we open it up, now you can see more trades per screen, right? But so it opens that up for you. But like I said, that's what I did on this site a lot, was back tested, as you see, a little over 400 strategies. At the end of the day, it was probably more like 500, but I deleted a lot of them. But that's the main thing I use this site for, is the back testing. The second thing is screening. And screening the same way where you have the back test just takes your screening information and your entries and exits and runs it through like you were actually trading a systematic way for the time frame allotted to the back test. Screening allows you to look at stocks that show up that meet the criteria you have. Now, I recently downgraded when I was trying to record this video the first time because that was the only way I could see the subscription prices to show you the prices. And I don't have any no affiliation or anything set up with this company, just a resource that I used and I liked. So, but screening, same sort of setup where you can go in, set different criteria, and then it pulls up the results for you so that you can look at them and you can potentially make moves the next day. And there's tons of different screens that you can set. Right? I think the maximum amount is just limited by your subscription level. So you can come here and look at charts if you ever want to just pull up a quick view of charts. Right? And you can set the different types of indicators that show in the charts all in one spot. You just pull it up and then you have it here. And the names of the stocks that you want to look at, excuse me, are all right there as well. Patterns is really it's really the same as screeners, depending on how you use it. Those are the same as screeners where you can set different criteria, right? What I like to do is actually go down to their libraries and look at their patterns, right? And so now I can pull up, bearish engulfing, just like that, right? And it shows me different bearish engulfing patterns. And again, this is because my account level is low. It's showing me that because I actually don't have a plan, I think. I don't even know if I'm on the plan. Um, that will allow me to actually view recent data. But with their libraries they already have set up, you can see strategies that are already set up, right? And you can run those. They have back tests that are already there. So we can go to the strategy section for back tests. They have screens already set up. Now this part, I think this is worth a subscription itself, even if you just subscribe one time and soak up all the knowledge and then cancel it. But this allows you to look at tons of different indicators and explanations for different things, like a stochastic RSI, right? It pulls it up, shows you on a chart what it looks like, gives you an explanation, the fancy way of what it is and how it works and why it works. Um, so I think it's worth that in of itself. The last real thing that matters to me with regarding this platform is just creating a watch list, and you can just hit new list. This is one of the watch lists I have that's called weekly options, and is full of stocks that have weekly options and have a high volume of shares traded, right? And so that's it, right? You can add, if I wanted to add another stock to the watch list, it's probably because I don't have a active subscription, maybe. But yeah, that's how you would do it there. So when you're running your screeners, one, that's the way you can just pull up the charts. But two, if you're running screens or back tests, as you see, it's filtering out for these. I have it only filtered out to show me stocks that fall on my weekly options watch list. Now we go to subscriptions. We see there's tons of different subscriptions, and mine is currently expired. It's currently the 7th of December. Um, but the one that you can use real simply is the $1. I mean, the 1 month, $10 a month. I mean, super, super low cost for all the things you're getting regarding your charting and screening. What I did, of course, when I did the back test, so I did the 75 or the $70 one for a month, which back then felt like a lot of money, but using the back test and the screening, I made all this money back probably within the first week or 2 weeks of me even having a subscription. Um, so it pays for itself if you're using it properly and you're actually taking advantage of the information. And that's it.